How's everybody doing this evening? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Good, good, good. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Who is that talking? Is that that's not who is that? You gotta unmute your mic. Unmute your mic. Is everybody unmuted? Let's get this technical stuff out of the way. Let's see, Freddie.
Yeah, so every time it's saying that you're not allowing us to unmute,
Oh, okay.
I
Let me
guess you
see
just have
something.
to give it the option. Yeah.
Hold
But I'm Champagne Brown, guys. Hi. How's everybody?
on, let me see. I'm good. I'm good. So tell me a little bit about what's going on with your are you already operational?
No, I'm not operational. I'm in the process of licensing for my residential assisted living.
Okay, everybody should be able to
We're
unmute
out in
themselves.
we're located out in Detroit, Michigan, like the outskirts of Detroit, Michigan.
Okay, so
We're servicing the DDIM population.
what is that?
Developmentally delayed, intellectual disabilities, and mental
Okay.
health.
Okay, that's what I figured. Okay. So have you done that? Are you in that field already, or is this a whole new thing for you?
So the residential assisted living piece will be new for me, but I'm an RN by trade. So I've been dealing with the psychiatric community and just that acuity of patient for over 5 years.
So tell me a little bit about the licensing process for the developmental disability. I hear a lot about it. A lot of people always, ask about it. I'm not familiar with it, but it does come up pretty often. Tell me a little bit about the licensing process, please.
Yeah, so for the state of Michigan, our homes are referred to as adult foster care. So we're governed by LARA. You go through, you put your application in. Of course, there's a lot of moving parts, but for the most part, you put your application in, and then to service that community, you have to not only get your regular license, but then you have to get a specialized license on top of that. So
Okay.
it's an endorsement that comes with it. It doesn't require any extra work on your behalf, except for your policies and procedures, statement, mission, all that stuff has to be geared towards servicing that population. But once you have all of that done, I mean, if you can get a regular license, you can get a specialized license. So,
So
but
it's
you
not
will
it's
want to
not
get
really
licensed.
complicated.
The whole licensing process is complicated in itself. You know that. You've been in the game long enough, but it's
Michigan
your
doesn't have
basic.
a license for home care. That do they have a home care license yet?
They do nope. They do not need a license for home care.
So that's one thing I know about Michigan is that, how about the assisted living itself? But that does need a license, right? The group
Yes, and
homes,
it's the same facility. So like, yeah. So for me, my residential assisted living would be considered a small group home. That means
Mhm.
you can have between 1 to 6 clients, and then the bigger group homes, 6 to 12 and beyond, would be your assisted living. So it's the same process. The application fee is a lot more, and then you have to start having like your fire systems installed and separate cooking arrangements and things like that. So it gets a little bit
Okay.
more complicated. But
Freddie said he can't hear. You can hear now, Freddie?
I'm good to go now.
Hey, buddy, how you been, man?
What's going on, man?
Oh man, great, man. Tell me a little bit about what's going on with you, Freddie. It seems like you rocking and rolling over there, man.
Yeah, we're up to four residents right now. Um, we just uh we just got our fourth resident, I would say last week. So pretty
Wow.
recent.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow, that's awesome, man. Congratulations, man.
thank you, appreciate it, man. I thank you, man, for helping me, definitely.
Oh man, you've been putting in that work, man, for years, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You done,
sir.
you done earned every bit of that. So tell me a little bit of how things, since we haven't really talked, man,
It's been a while, yeah, man.
since you started getting. I know you had two clients the last time we talked, man. How have you been
Yeah.
finding those clients, and how's that been going, keeping your house
But
filled up, man?
for the most part, the last two clients were actually word of mouth. Of course we do the,
Absolutely.
we do the placement agencies and whatnot, but I mean, nothing panned out, but word of mouth kind of came through for me on the last two residents. So yeah, man, it's rocking and rolling right now, like you said.
So what are some of the things you've been like some of the things that you've been encountering as far as complications possibly, things that's working out, things that you thought that, that it was gonna be a little different, I mean, your expectations. I know it's different than what you thought it was gonna be. So like tell me a little bit about what's been going on.
I mean, for the most part, everything I mean, for the most part, you've documented everything and what to expect. So I kind of knew what I was getting myself into. Waiting on that last resident did take, some time, and I got impatient a little bit. But overall, I mean, I thank God everything for the most part has been kind of smooth. Can't complain. Did you
That's
cut out?
dope, bro. That's dope,
Yeah,
bro. That's really good, man. I'm really happy that you got. So that was your final bed that needed to be filled.
that was my final bed, and now I'm gonna probably hold off for, I want to say, a couple of months, but I'm definitely looking at a second properties. I want to get,
Yeah,
hit the ground running type.
absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Looking
That's
at the
what you want to
second.
do, man. And
Yeah, man.
the thing, what I've been looking at, man, is already established um facilities opposed to starting fresh. And I think that's
Yeah.
how you went about it, right? That
That
facility was already established, correct?
it was already established. Yeah, it was already
So yeah.
established.
So you already understand that process.
Yeah,
So
pretty much. Yeah. It was straightforward, straightforward. I don't know. I mean, I look online, but a lot of these properties, because a lot of the baby boomers are getting out of the business now. So I expected the properties and these businesses to go up on online pretty soon, where a lot of people are going to be selling their homes, their assisted living. So, but right now they're asking for a pretty penny. So
yeah,
it's
people understand the value of what they
yeah,
got, man.
yeah,
So
definitely.
when we looking at them, we're looking at people who are more so on the distress side. You see what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
don't really, if you're doing good, you having a great business, they want top dollar, they want retail price for it. But if
pretty
you
much.
find
Yeah,
somebody, you want to find somebody who's not doing, you know what I mean, who's like you said, either older, like I'm communicating with a couple people that's older who are not they're just not interested in the business no more. They're kind of winding down. They have one or two residents. That's what you want to look for. People who have one, two, maybe, or even no
yeah,
residents. And I'm gonna tell you, bro, you're not gonna find none of that online. Nobody's
mm,
holding up a flag. There's no one
yeah,
online that you're gonna find somebody saying, "Hey, I'm ready to get out the assisted living business." We got to go to them directly. But we just we using marketing strategies and stuff like that. We can always talk about that. But
yeah,
we going directly at them. You see what I'm saying? And it is not many in Maryland to to have to you can go after everybody pretty much in,
yeah.
in Maryland. Just kind of like put your marketing out there, see who responds, and like you said, most people coming back really high, like they want millions and millions for their property.
Millions,
I
millions,
mean,
brother.
then it has something to do with the Maryland itself. The way you can structure it, there's multiple ways you can structure it, but one of the deals we're looking at now is buying the business and leasing the property back
Ah,
from the
man, I was
owner.
just thinking you was gonna say that too.
Yeah,
I
so
was
we
just
instead of
thinking,
getting into a situation where we got to pay for the property and the business,
yeah,
we can buy the property, buy the business, lease the property, and even lease the business, like owner finance the business and then owner finance the property, but in two different entities. So
yeah.
so what we can do is, without having to go into a traditional mortgage with a bank, without having to go to the SBA or get a traditional mortgage or a traditional
Seller
loan.
finance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
seller
they sell a
finance.
finance and we come through with a
Yeah,
down payment and we just make monthly payments 5 to 7 years until we can refinance out. We have enough equity in it, and then or we the banking rates come down. That's another thing. The banking rates is so high right now. It doesn't even. It's like it's crazy. So
yeah.
you talking about 7%, five
Yep,
percent
yep, yep, yep,
mortgage. That's
yep.
insane. So it
Yeah.
almost makes the deals not possible. So
And
this
if you're
is
talking
this is
about investment property, minimum 20% down. at
Yeah,
this
yeah,
point right
and
now.
that's what I'm saying. Traditionally, but when you're
Yeah,
working with the seller directly, you could
yeah,
work that out. Add a
yeah,
little something extra. You could put 10 down, 10, 15% down, and then add something extra to the monthly um payments, and then what's ultimately happening is their business is paying them through you. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? So you become the owner of the business. You take all the liability, all the work that needs to be done, but it's their business they actually built. And they're that those payments, those residents that you do get, obviously, hopefully you're gonna be able to. You find a place you want to. Obviously, you want to be able to up the rent a little bit on the beds. Not nothing crazy, but you want to have some upside. You don't want to buy a facility that you can't upgrade and get more for whatever the beds are currently. You want to be able to
yeah.
have some upside. So, but yeah, man, that's definitely a strategy I would think about on getting them getting a house full, man. That's awesome, man. And don't stop, like, keep the word of mouth going. Keep the inner, keep that marketing going, because they're the everybody's nobody lives forever, or things happen, so you just always want to have people interested, always continuing to build the hype for your facility. And don't just get comfortable, like, okay, these clients, I'm good and it's gonna last forever, because you want to make sure you always got people um interested in the property and still coming to view it. And you still want to keep the marketing going out there. So, but yeah,
Let
that's
me ask
dope,
you.
bro.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't want
No,
to
no,
cut
that was it.
you. Let me ask you a question. I know assisted living is your thing, but I don't know if I ever talked to you about an independent living. I know you mentioned it before, but I don't know if
Yeah,
I ever talked to you about what you think about that. Like, I know you mentioned it. It was probably a good while ago.
yeah, yeah.
What's your
So,
thought? You think?
independent living, it's a lot. It's easier because there's no medical staff necessary.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
no medical staff. So what you do, how we structure an independent living situation is, you basically it's almost like a boarding house for seniors.
Pretty
Whereas
much.
they get 5 meals, 2 snacks, same thing, housekeeping, laundry. Um, the staff, your care, they're not caregivers, they're aides. Just people who work there. And then you could possibly provide transportation, and then like food and all of that stuff. So, but that's really it. You provide them with a comfortable living environment, safe, secure, 5 meals, laundry, housekeeping, and then transportation, like scheduled transportation. You can't charge as much, but you can charge way more than like market rent. You see what I'm saying? So if you had a
Yeah.
property, you have 5 bedrooms, and you could probably 15 to 2,000 per bed. And these people would be
Get out of
like,
here.
um, these people would, just people who families would rather their mom and dad live in a community, like some kind of community house, opposed to living by themselves, even if they still driving, or you know move, they're mobile, they don't need everything, but they still would rather
Want
them
somebody
be, yeah,
oversee
yeah, somebody
them. Yeah.
around, and
Oversee them.
somebody like,
Yeah.
so like your aide, you don't even need them to live there or be there 24/7. They just, they could 8-hour shift will work in most cases. Obviously you have the emergency, protocols in place, but for the most part, it's not a medical situation. So nobody's like passing meds, and nobody's really on top of anybody's medication. Now, if they need those kind of services, then that's a whole nother different deal. But as
But you
far as
you
just
can
the
outsource
independent
that
living
to
piece,
a third party, right?
huh?
Like you can outsource that to a third party.
Yeah,
Like
I
let's
mean,
say
if
you
they
have.
need care, they need care. They can always hire a caregiver, and that could be through you. Through your through a home care service. You know what I mean? But it wouldn't be licensed as a assisted living, because
Right.
the actual the actual business wouldn't be providing those services. You know. So yeah.
Very cool, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So who else we got on? We got can everybody unmute themselves now? We were just sitting talking to Freddie and Champagne. Champagne out in Michigan. Freddie's in Baltimore. Anybody else want to introduce themselves and tell us a little bit about what they have going on? And if you have questions, feel free to ask. We can kind of just talk it out.
Hi, everybody. This is Claudine.
Hello, Claudine. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
I'm great. I'm great.
Yeah, so I haven't gotten anything going yet. I'm in the baby steps of just trying to figure out what I really want to do. Looking between home care versus assisted living versus independent living. So I'm a little confused fella here. Just I'm pretty much in the planning phase, and also trying to figure out what kind of housing I'm gonna be using.
Okay, so
So
tell me,
just trying
where are you
points
located?
here and there. I'm in Houston, Texas.
Okay, Houston. Okay, great. Is
Yes.
anybody else from Houston online on here? We got a couple people say I hear Houston a lot, especially in the group. So, what are some of the things you've been debating or trying to figure out?
Um, Basically just the level of care. And which so I'm a nurse practitioner and I am dual certified in both acute care and psych.
Okay.
So I've wanted to do like more on the psych side, but I'm not sure yet what kind of population I want to deal with. If it's a certain age or if it's a certain population, maybe just the elderly versus the young adults. So that's where I'm still trying to debate on what kind of population to work with. Because I
Okay.
think once I figure out that, then it's going to be much easier to really start laying things together.
So I guess what population are you working with now? Are you in like a hospital or is everybody?
No, right now I'm in an outpatient clinic, so pretty much, and mainly adults from not adults, from 13 years old, pretty much adolescents
Oh,
from
okay,
13 to,
adolescents. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
13 to whichever age.
Okay.
Yes.
The home you're trying to start, is it more of a like behavioral home than it is an assisted living, or?
So that's where my confusion is, like what I really want to do if I'm going to do assisted living versus group home.
Mm.
Yes.
But for the behavioral home, you are you what do they call it when you get the Medicare? Um,
Like the government funded?
yeah. But what do you have to do for that? You have to apply for that, right? And
I believe
get a
so.
number. Yeah.
So that's why I'm trying to gather all the information for the different types of care available. If it's assisted living, initially I wanted to do more on the assisted living side, residential assisted living.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still 50-50 if I'm gonna go that route or if I'm going to go the more on the behavioral side.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm in the process of gathering information and I'm just learning a lot from everybody. And hopefully go from there before the end of the month, at least have a plan.
Yeah, definitely. That's pretty quick. So feel free
Sorry,
to,
can I ask one more question?
go ahead.
Yeah, the assisted living's out in Houston or in Texas. Is it true you guys can have 16 people in one house?
That I'm not sure. I haven't come across that, but I know I once listened to one of the YouTube videos and they're talking about up to 10
Oh,
residents. Like the ratio
yeah,
is 1 to 6.
that's a good number there.
Yeah,
Can I
because I
answer that
believe,
for you?
sure.
So I've been doing research in all the states. And so it's basically, it's dependent upon the size of the home. So the square footage of the home. So you have to have so many bathrooms per client, and then they will come and tell you how many that you're able to have. But you can, if your facility will hold that many people and you have that many rooms and square footage and bathrooms to accommodate them, you can.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like 16. I mean, you'd see facilities with hundreds of people in them. Ready? You know what I mean? I mean, obviously that's not a house, but it's a facility. So the bigger the property is, and you
Mhm.
know the ratio of the bedrooms, I mean bathrooms to people. So it's usually like 4 to 1, 4 bathrooms four people to every one bathroom. And as long as you got a square footage per room, like what in Maryland is 120, is 120 per every 2 people in a room, and 80 for one bedroom. So if you got the square footage and they can access it, like if it's like you got the lifts, if it's multiple floors or you got elevators,
Mhm.
yeah, it's really no limit usually. I've never seen like a limit that they can say like, okay, you can only have 100 people or 50 people or 20 people. I've never seen a limit. The limit is only based on the size of the property and like the ratio to, like she said, the bathrooms and the square footage of the rooms. So one thing is interesting in Maryland is that no matter how big your room is, you can only put 2 residents in there. Because I didn't, people call me and say, "Hey man, I got this big master bedroom. I can fit 3 or 4 people in there." It don't matter how big the room is. You can only put two in a bedroom in Maryland. So, but who else is on here, man? Let's we got some people just muted. At least introduce yourself if nothing else. Tell us about, if you're just getting started or what's going on. Feel free to hop in. Somebody who just answered that question about who said she was researching all over.
Champagne.
What up, Champagne? Okay. So
Hey.
we have Tashawn, then we got Valerie, she Shelly Ann. How you guys doing?
Hey, everybody. Peace, peace. I'm good. How are you all doing?
Great. So tell us a little bit about what you're working on, or if you have your company or.
So I don't have a home care or assisted living company right now.
Uh-huh.
I used to be a CNA for quite a few years,
Okay.
but I had been doing quite a bit of research about because I'm in Texas, but I'm like up north. I'm North Texas, so I'm right outside of, I would say maybe about good 30, 40 minutes right outside of Dallas. So I'm
Okay.
like in a suburb outside of Dallas. So I'm here in North Texas, and assisted living is the main reason why I wanted to get into the assisted living space and the home health care space. I guess it's because of all the stuff that I've seen as a CNA. And when you go in people's homes and you work with patients and stuff, you see a lot. You see a lot, and you just feel like, wow, if I had a house that I could turn into an assisted living facility, I would do a lot better job, just because of having maybe like a better moral standing, versus someone that just wants the money, because if you take good care of your patients, the money is going to come regardless, right? Because the families are going to appreciate you doing right by their family member. But um there's quite a bit of land up here that's available,
Mm-hmm.
but there's also quite a bit of new homes that are being built and they're being rented out. So there are brand new homes, brand new subdivisions that are being built, preferably by a company called Bloomfield Homes. The homes are absolutely gorgeous, and they're renting them out. And a lot
Okay.
of their homes are like, I want to say 3, 4, and 5,000 square feet. They're really, really
Yeah,
big.
that's Texas, man. That's humongous.
Mhm.
Those
Yeah,
many, man.
absolutely. So the income, I mean, if we're gonna talk numbers, if you're talking about like a 4 bedroom home, you can definitely fit two people per bedroom. very
Comfortably.
easy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
comfortably.
very easy, very comfortably, because even the bathrooms are huge. So you may have to maybe like do some adjustments or renovation to the door to maybe widen the door.
Hmm.
But outside of that, you're good to go. Like it's crazy. I've never seen this much building in Texas before, and I've been here I've been here a little over 20 years now.
Yeah, it's booming
Um,
in Texas. Like the real
yeah,
estate
it
is
is.
booming in Texas, and the fact that they're building like that, and I bet you those properties aren't like super expensive. I mean,
No,
in
no, they're not.
relation to
They're
other places like here, like you talking about
Yeah,
a
if you want
five
to look up
thousand
a
square
couple of
foot house.
areas.
Go ahead.
Mhm.
No, I'm
If
sorry.
you want to look up a couple of areas where you can actually look up and see where they're building new homes, you like areas like Forney, Texas, Seagoville, Mesquite, Bot Springs, just Dallas in and of itself. I want to say maybe DeSoto, Cedar Hill, like just all those areas just have really, really beautiful homes, but more so like the Saxe, Garland, and Forney areas, and also like Bot Springs and Mesquite, the where I am. That one particular company, builder rather, Bloomfield Homes. I mean, they're just drop dead gorgeous, and they are building some to sell,
Hmm.
but the majority of them they're building them just to rent them out.
That's insane. So,
Yeah.
tell me this: are these locations are they like rural, or there's like or they're like city, or like
Yeah,
suburban?
they're
Is it like
city.
hospitals
They're
and parks and grocery
mhm.
stores around, or is it like out in the boonies?
So some of them are still being developed, but
Hmm.
most of them, the infrastructure is already there.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's definitely something you want to look into. Communicating with them developers at this point and seeing if there are opportunities for you there to come in as an operator. That'd be amazing.
Well,
Let them know. Hmm.
there's a lack of housing. There's a very high lack of housing for senior citizens here.
Hmm.
They're trying. There a lot of developers are doing their best to build new apartment complexes that are just geared towards 55 and above.
Hmm.
But they're not even knocking a dent in the demand,
Oh yeah,
because
that's all over the
there's quite
country.
a few senior citizens that get Section 8 vouchers. And if you just go, if you just call up Dallas Housing Authority and just ask them how many vouchers they have that need to be, fulfilled, like they just have, especially with senior citizens 55 and older, um, we talking millions. We talking millions,
Yeah,
almost
a lot of
billions.
people are moving to Texas, man, and it's probably a lot of seniors as well.
Yeah, there
I mean,
are.
if
There
families
are.
are moving, obviously their family. If you have a older mom or dad, you probably bring them with you. If they don't want to stay wherever they're coming from, but a lot of people are moving to Texas for whatever reason, taxes and all that stuff. So Texas has become like a really hot spot. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited to hear what you get going. Um,
Yeah, for me, it's okay. So I have a virtual call center. I hire people to work from home to do customer service, but then
uh-huh.
also I have a tax company. So with my tax preparation, tax planning, and bookkeeping company, I also offer notary services as well. This is tax season, and so it's winding down for me. So because tax season is winding down, I'm definitely looking for something else to kind of gear up. And like I said, I have quite a few connections with other people who are already home health care owners here.
Hmm.
Um, and that, I've either worked with them or worked for them, or I've done lead generation and I've gotten them clients. Or, because I'm familiar with a lot of my friend girls who used to be nurses or still are nurses, I have connections with hospitals and doctors, things like that, because I used to be a massage therapist as well. So I used to dabble in the sports medicine industry a little bit. So quite a few connections, been here a long, long time.
Yeah,
And
so
I
I
made
mean,
quite a few connections over several industries.
yeah, and I mean, a lot of it seems to be doing, it all tying into the medical field, healthcare. So Yeah, if you get a house, man, those square footages with those square footage and you know the possible and I know you said you're not in it for the money, obviously, but you could definitely probably make a good income off some of those properties if you can get them at a great rate and get them licensed. Only thing I would probably be concerned is those subdivisions, are they going to be, complicated as far as um if they're gonna, sometimes you have like
Yeah, the HOA,
you have the
they have
HOA getting away. Yeah.
yeah, they'll allow you to run a business out
Hmm.
of the homes. I would say, okay, so I guess I would say because I know how to talk to landlords and I know how to make the offer attractive, I'm pretty sure, especially if you're going to pay them over what they're asking for the normal rental rate, I'm pretty sure because money talks here.
But that's the
That
landlord. We talking about the
especially if you're
HOA.
talking about low impact tenants, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's the landlord. But I'm talking about. Oh, I guess they would be the land. Would they be
Right, the
considered?
HOA.
They would still be the landlord and the HOA, I guess. If it's a
Right.
developer. Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah, the
yeah.
developer.
Yeah. So that's
Or
interesting
sometimes,
to look
okay, so
into.
this is what some of the developers do. After they build the homes and they put them up for rent, they will hire a property management company to come in and rent the homes out for them. I've seen that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. They probably gonna have a management company. So yeah, that's awesome. So do we have anybody else on here that would like to share a little bit? And or you guys have any questions or comments or ideas, and I just wanted to give us the opportunity because it's always we just texting in the chat or in the group, leaving messages here and there. I want to give us an opportunity to kind of meet virtually since we all over the place. We can't obviously we can't do a meeting in the Panera, but at least to meet virtually and kind of start building some relationships, networking, and seeing if we can help each other. So if you have some questions, um, or you want to call, you just want to introduce yourself and tell us about what you got going on or some of your plans, we'd like to hear it.
I do have a question. So I know with Texas, goodness gracious, they are like this is like its own little country. I tell you, they always want to try to make stuff difficult sometimes. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, just depending on what you're trying to do. But does anybody know like what is the turnaround time like for when you go and apply for a provider license here? I mean, I've heard so many different, stories, especially when it comes to like if you're trying to set up turn a home into a assisted living facility.
The best place to go is straight to just call the state, call the licensing department, ask them what their turnaround time is. They usually can't give you an exact number, but they'll at least let you know within months. They'll say, "Oh, we're at 6 months right now, or we're at 3 months." Um, so they'll let you know. I wouldn't go too much off of what people are posting online, or you just hearing random people say stuff. I would questions like that. Did the state when the state is involved, you just go straight to them and ask them what the turnaround time is and any other questions. A lot of times we ask, we might post them online and then get a whole bunch of different answers from when you can just contact the state and get the right answer, at least the official answer. And then even sometimes don't even know what sometimes you get the wrong answer from the people at the state. They'll have you going down the wrong path. So but you definitely want to contact the state for any official questions like that or any official, information that's going to involve them. Like requirements
Okay.
for like fire inspections or how many
Mm-hmm.
people, you're going to need, you're going to need sprinkler
Right.
systems and things like that.
Okay. Perfect. And when will your next cohort be starting?
Um, we just like rolling, so we always have openings. We have a couple new people that just signed up, so probably within the next 2 weeks we're going to be starting a new one. So it just contact me offline, shoot me a message and I'll give you more information. The phone numbers is in all the our phone numbers and all the messages that we be posting, so you should see the number. Or just
Okay.
DM me after this, yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Perfect.
So how we doing on questions and comments? Anybody else or Freddie? What's up, man? Seems like we got a quiet group today. Everybody just came to listen. And if that's the case, we're gonna hop off. I'm gonna hop off of here. I'm glad everybody was able to tap in today. I'm gonna try to do this. I'm gonna do this every Wednesday, whether people, we get 2 or 3 people, 5, 10, whatever. Hopefully it grows and more people will log on. And more people be willing to communicate. I don't even want to come on here coaching or trying to teach. I just wanted to, kind of network and talk and see what other people had going on. We got a lot of people in the group, and I'm just trying to, get a networking call going, something consistent that we can do on a weekly basis to kind of talk it through. I know a lot of times we get in our head and we're in our business and we don't really have anybody else to talk to. It's kind of hard to find like-minded people if you're not in a network of other people who are business owner and then let alone in the same industry. So we just wanted to create a venue for those people. But anyways, let's if we don't have any more comments or anything, let's if you want, you guys can share your contact information in the chat. Okay, I see your number in there. Just shoot me a number or shoot me a message on Facebook. And I think I can get that off of there. I can just copy and paste that from there. But and I'll send you information. But yeah, we're gonna hop off of here. Glad everybody was able to hop on. I don't want to keep you guys if you guys ain't got much to say. We don't, like I said, I wasn't coming on here to coach or do any presentations. Just wanted to hop on and network and get to meet some new people from the group. And hopefully we'll talk to you guys in the next Wednesday, the same time, 8 o'clock. And then in the meantime, feel free to just post any questions, comments, concerns in the group. We got the group chat, the page, and then we also had a chat. Um, and then again, you got my phone number up there. It's all over the page and on my page and in the group. So feel free to shoot me a message if you ever have any questions. And if that's it, we're gonna hop off of here. Hey Freddie, we can communicate offline, man. We need to sit down, bro.
Yeah, definitely, man.
All right. Take it easy,
Hit me
man.
up. All right, man. Likewise.
Mm.